What is going on, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Misplay Mafia podcast. I'm Captain Matthew Champlain here with, for the first time ever, three of my wonderful teammates. We have my co-captain, Austin, we have Jawan, and we have Brennan back on the pod. We've had Jawan on the pod before, and Brennan joined us last week for the first time. So we are back for this very special episode of the podcast. In this episode, we are going to recap our Orlando regional runs, talk about all the fun we had, some of the cool stuff we got to do. Definitely like and money. All the highlights from this weekend, and then we're going to talk about some of the shocking stuff that happened over the weekend, some of the controversies as well, and then we will wrap things up with talking about some of the big news that just dropped today. The day we're recording this, about the upcoming rule changes that actually take place effective immediately. So boys, how are we doing tonight?
We're doing really good.
I'm doing great.
Glad.
I'm not gonna whisper. So little recap on my week since it was not as impactful as y'all's. We got a new mile time.
Oh, okay. Hype.
Right.
There you go.
That's big. What's
the mile time?
So we did 9 minutes.
Okay.
And then the follow-up was a 10:30. So nice. It was a 20-minute 2-miler. So I'm trying to get to where I can go 3 miles in 25 minutes.
Is that with or without the child?
With the child. Oh my god, it'd be so much easier without him.
I was gonna say
he is, because he starts laughing and like headbanging, and he's like slowing me down. It's like more resistance.
Yeah.
But other than that, I've been playing a lot of post row on live. That's been fun. It was not at first, but I've gotten the hang of it now, and I think I know what I like and I know what to expect. So, all things are looking up with challenge coming up this week. But we're not talking about the upcoming week. How was Orlando?
All right. Jawan, you kind of had a medium run. I'm gonna let you take the start on Orlando.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm the one that had like the least significant run.
Yeah.
Because the first 2 rounds, your boy had some of the slowest playing players I ever had.
What were you on? What did you bring to Orlando?
All right. For one, despite everyone's expectations, I did not do Sarah Ledge this time. I went to a regular card. I'm just here for it's the last one of the season. I just kind of wanted to do it for fun. I knew there was gonna be a lot of Guardia. I just kind of wanted to send a message. That's what the run is about. Of the road coming, the perfect order that I'm bringing to this format.
That was a horrible joke.
But my round 1 was funny enough against a Sarah Ledge, and I feel like it was. I don't say it's first time playing the deck, but he definitely took a lot of time for his lines. I'm like, you should not be taking this long, Sarah Ledge. I think we got what time in rounds by like the start of turn 3 or something like that.
That's wild.
Maybe a few turns in.
Did y'all go to a game 3 or just a game 2?
We managed to start at game 3, but not too far in.
Gotcha. Yeah, that should not happen with Sarah Ledge.
Yeah, I know, but
imagine going to time.
But dude was cool. I love him, and surprisingly enough, out of all my opponents, he was the one that ended up with the best record in my opposition. He was like 1 win away from day 2. So I do give him props for that. But second game was against Dragapult Dustnor, which also was a slow guy. And funny enough, the guy's name was Clark Kent. So
Bro played Superman?
I literally played Superman. He played super fucking slow.
Do I know you from somewhere?
Super fucking slow.
And like I probably should have expected the moment when he sat down and he said, "Yeah, I'm from Yu-Gi-Oh." So I probably should have expected him to be taking about that long when it comes to Dragon Ball, but
So it wasn't Krypton.
Mm-mm.
I wish I had Krypton on me, dog. That was so useful.
Brother.
But it was like what 13 minutes left when we started game 3, and then at that point, because after the first Star Ledge player, I was actually like, okay, I'm gonna start putting these people on time. So throughout the match, I kept telling them whenever it went past like 20 seconds, because I like to, give them a generous amount of like seconds beyond the 15, just in case they do need that a little bit more. But I call him on this time. He slowly picks up the pace, and then whenever his like game 3, and he saw the clock, then he fully realized, oh wait, I do need to pick up the pace. Okay, he saw that my turns were like lightning flash and knew already what I'm doing. And luckily, he did try to speed up on the third game, but it just wasn't enough time. And I think the worst part about that was if I had like literally one more turn, I would have won.
Wow.
So that started the dreaded 0-2 score, which put me essentially with all the other slow players. So
Brother, the tie bracket is by far the worst bracket to ever be in.
it's so fucking bad.
Like, I would take 2 losses over 2 ties just because of the pace of play.
And then like by the time I got to like the third person, because he was also in the tie bracket, and we were both just looking at each other like, so how'd you get your ties? You got some solo players? And we were like, yeah. And then luckily, even though I lost this game, whenever he started the match out by playing like multiple cards at the same time, like going through it quickly, I was like, okay, so we're not tying no matter what. I'm fucking glad about that. Even if I lost that match, I'm so glad that it was an actual full match.
Right.
But like I said, my run ain't nothing significant. After that, it was like what, a couple of wins, then another loss. Because at that point, it was like what, 2-2, 2 losses, 2 ties.
Yeah.
So we were essentially at the win end, and we did not last long in the winner's gauntlet. But we did play the rest of the way out for fun. Like I met a cool grass box, which by the way, one round took 40 minutes for one round.
Yeah,
But
it's
I
grass
did.
box.
That's wild.
But I did win that one, and then I had like the most legendary game against an honest to god Goldango list. I'm not even talking about the rocks. We're talking about again the classic eSearch Pro Scyther Scizor, like the honest to god Dango match. That was my very last match of the tournament, and I'm so glad it was because that was like a really good back and forth. I beat him in like the last turn of rounds because whenever it hit turn, he had like a couple of EXs, and I only had like one, I guess, mega, but we still needed like all kind of for all of our prize cards essentially. But we kind of looked at each other and we was like, nah, we ain't gonna do it like that. So he put down the rest of the EXs, I put down the rest of my megas, and we were like, if we can one shot it, we can one shot it. No one's tying this time. We're playing for the love of the game, and my God, we did.
Man.
I love that man. I hope I see him at NAIC.
Love it.
But yeah, my that was essentially my run, unfortunately.
Gotcha.
So what you end at again? You ended
I ended 3-2-3.
3 ties is crazy. Crazy work.
Yeah.
You really got unlucky there. Like I got it.
And it's funny enough, I was watching the Henry Child match 'cause I was wondering why he didn't make it, and apparently his guy also slow paid him on stream, which is
I mean,
cool.
Henry Chaw's been playing Guardy since the dawn of time, so I think he deserves a couple slow players going his way, you know?
Nah, I think it would have been cool to see him take Guardy, like the last tournament that Guardy's in. I think it would have been cool to see him like take the dub with it, but
Or at least see him in the finals rather than the other guy.
yeah.
I mean, Zoroark taken, it's kind of like nice. It's like ushering in the new era or whatever, but like, fuck Guardy.
Yeah.
That's a glad to see it going.
Plain and simple, as the guy at the airport told Aaron, just fuck Guardy.
All right, Brennan, why don't you go ahead?
Matthew,
No,
I think your
I think
your
you're.
run was
It's
shorter.
not
Your
your,
run
your
was
run, Matthew.
your run was
Well,
shorter, Matthew. It does not take as long.
True,
We had the
but
same run.
my run's got stories. Your run was
My run has a lot of stories.
Okay.
Matthew, how about we remind them of our wager and how the terms changed through one phone call?
Yeah, so me and Brennan were supposed to be on the same 60. Brennan was supposed to pick the 60.
I had picked the 60.
He had
We both
picked- he had-
built it and everything.
Yes, it was sleeved up in my backpack. We were traveling to Orlando with the 60. And
Monkey even made it back into Dragapult. Like we put it back
as
in.
it should have been in the first place, but I digress from that one. Anyways, we're on our way. Brennan's driving down his car. I'm driving over in my car. I stop at a gas station and I'm calling and I'm checking on Brennan. I'm like, hey, just want to make sure you're doing good. How's the drive? Yada, yada, yada. And I start talking, I'm like, dude, we've got to fix this list tonight. I'm like, it just does not. I'm like, I feel like I'm constantly whiffing stuff, like whether it be Pokemon or energy. I was like, I just don't like the list. And Brennan then hits me with, well, I don't know what you're talking about. This is a standard Dragapult list. I literally just ripped it off of some dude, like some top place list. My response to that was, well, then I don't know how to play the deck at all. And I'm going to have a miserable time this weekend if I play this. So we rewrote the terms of our deal. We still had our deal of loser has to burn their deck that they played over the weekend of whoever got the worst record. Obviously, I'm speaking first, so spoiler alert, it was me.
What?
I had to switch to Raging Bolt.
You chose to switch to Raging Bolt.
I had to switch to Raging Bolt. A, to try to stick it to Austin, and B.
Oh boy, did you?
I mean, you definitely got stuck.
I had to try to stick it to Austin because he gives me so much flack for it. And then two, I was like, I don't really have anything else prepared besides Honchkrow. And I knew if I played Honchkrow, I'd hit nothing but Grims all day. And that just sounded miserable as well.
Grim.
Either Grim or Frostlass Monkey, because it was everywhere around the top tables as well. And I was
You gotta
like,
make it to the top tables first.
hey, I would have made it because guess what? Ace Rolla wouldn't have been a card. It wouldn't have mattered.
Acerola? What is this Acerola you speak
I forgot,
of?
bro. Got Acerola with the special.
Tell us
code.
about the start of our day, buddy. Tell us about the start of your day.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So the second that I walk into this tournament, I'm feeling good. And I'm like, great. So I sit down for round one, and mind you, I hadn't played Bolt since January. So I knew I was going to be a little rusty on some lines, so stuff I'd have to pick up on the fly. But overall, I was like, okay, I know the feel. We're going to be fine. Sit down, shuffle up for round one, and this dude is playing with like a 2022 like EUIC mat and had a whole bunch of different like older gear on him and whatnot. I was like, okay, this dude's obviously been playing the game for a bit. Really chill guy to play against. He didn't have the best record either, which is fine, but I think it was because of his Zard build. So he was playing just straight Charizard Pidgeot, and game one, I got, and then game two, he got. I kind of couldn't get a board set up the way I wanted to. And then in game three, I have probably the most dominant Raging Bolt board I think I've ever had in my career of playing the deck.
Except against Cal Connor.
Even against Cal, like I'm talking about, like my board was dominant, and against all he had was a Charmeleon, a Charmander, a Pidgeotto, Pidgeot, and he had Chi-Yu in the active. I had game in hand, and I had two prizes left. All I had to do was boss KO the Pidgeot. I had it. I had energies on board. I had everything rocking and rolling. Even if he would have KO'd my Raging Bolt, I still would have like had a backup ready to go. It was insane. Like nothing was going to stop me other than maybe an Iono. Or so I thought. I'm down to 2 prizes, and this man whiffs out an Ace Rolla's Mischief and chooses his Pidgeot so that I cannot KO it with an attack of a Pokemon EX. So when he did that, I looked at the board and I was like, okay, he still got his Pidgeot, and his hand was massive. I cut all hand disruption from the deck, which I hated, but I had to fit room for some stuff. So I didn't even have my Iono I could like try to reach for. So his hand was massive. I knew he had game because whatever piece he was missing from his hand, it was going to be a quick search for the boss or whatever to take my last 2 prizes on something. So I scooped it up right then and there. The second he played that card, I was like, okay, so this is just going to be one of those days. Either that or I just hit the round 1 jank that, you
Just
know,
one of them days.
we got to shake off. So then round 2, I hit a Mega Lucario, and I should have caught a judge 20 minutes into this turn or into this game whenever I had only had 4 turns. We're at the 20-minute mark and I'd only had 4 turns because this dude slow played the mess out of me. And it wasn't that he would.
There's not a lot you can choose with Lucario.
There's not. I'm amazed.
Yeah.
Like
I would like to say he does not represent the Lucario crowd.
like
it kind of just plays itself for the most part.
that's what I was thinking too. But brother thought about every single lunar cycle before he did it. Like he would do it and then like hold it back and then do it and then like hold it back. And I should have called a judge, but I kind of took pity on the dude because he's a 3 prizer. I'm a 2 prizer. I won game 1 easily. So in game 2, my start wasn't horrible. So I was like, okay, my start's not bad. I should be able to, you know, the prize trade goes in my favor. I'll knock out Mega Lucarios. Like I only need 2 knockouts. I can piece it together. And so I didn't call a judge because I got a little bit too cocky and I wasn't trying to like make enemies, even though it would make this dude have a bad regional experience with his pace of play. And he ended up getting a game 2 on me. I lost momentum about halfway through the game. So I was like, okay, great. Fantastic. Love that. We get to a game 3 and time gets called and there was just no way for me to lock it up. I think I had to take like 4 prizes on my last turn and I was like, yeah, it's not happening. So that was a tie. So going into round 3, I'm pretty fired up about hitting the slow player and the freaking Ace Rollas. So I'm like, all right, whatever. It's fine. We're in the losers bracket, but the run's not over. We got a tie. We're guaranteed to play, 2 more rounds and hopefully just, keep it going from there. Round 3, I hit Dragapult and both games I started the exact same. It was Lone Sandy Shock EX and a handful of ways to accelerate energy with absolutely nothing else. And to tell you how bad it was, I swung with Sandy Shocks 4 times in one game. And that's really bad when you realize that Sandy Shocks has the clause you cannot attack. You can't double attack with it. So that's really bad. The only reason why I got to play the second game was because he had to Iono to get more resources for himself. That was his only draw supporter, and he actually Iono'd me into a semi-playable hand. But even then, it was just still bad. So I took my losses there pretty swiftly. Round 4, I hit a Mega Venusaur. Really chill guy. Loved playing against him. The only thing that was big there was the fact that I KO'd a Teal Mask Ogerpon with the Teal Mask Ogerpon. Because it perfect mathed its way, and I was like, oh, well, this is nice. That was my
and his side's doubling the grass energy on the Teal Mask, so it does make it easier for you there.
Yeah. So it was fine. He was a really chill guy. We talked afterwards about some of the upcoming grass decks, and some theories that we had. So it was super cool to talk with him. Hope I run into him again. And then round 5, I was already out of day 2 contention, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna play it out because why not? So I sit down.
Your deck's on the line. That's why.
Well, yeah, but we'll talk about. I knew I was toast at round 5. I sit down and I hit a Gardevoir, and I had probably the biggest eye roll of the century whenever he flipped over the Curlia, or not the Curlia, but the Rots, and I was like, okay. But I actually ended up 2-0ing the Gardevoir. Dude was very quiet dude, nothing crazy. I think he got a little tilted that his day wasn't going the way he wanted it to do.
Shouldn't.
Right. But ended up winning that one, and as soon as I won that one, I walked around for a bit, and while I was walking around, I decided I was going to drop out the tournament. And so I hit the drop button, and right as I hit the drop button, they had paired round 6. So if you look on my record, I do have a round 6 loss, but it's because I was a no-show because I had already dropped in my mind.
Well, hold on. Did your opponent also not no-show? And you lost to a no-show. Was that not the case?
No, I just
No,
lost.
they
Was that-
kept it.
No, I
Was
just.
that you or Aaron?
Oh, I don't know.
Someone lost to a no-show. Someone managed to do exactly like you and dropped after pairings.
No,
had
I
gone up.
just said I lost because of a no-show because I was a no-show.
Oh, okay. I had it misconstrued. I thought someone lost to a no-show.
Wait, what happens if both people don't show up? Is it a tie?
Maybe it's a coin flip who wins.
Maybe both people just get dropped and they both take an
The
L.
judge just picks the favorite name, and
He just looks at the decks and he's like, "That's a Guardy. Let's make it lose."
yeah. Well, it was a Charizard, so I probably would have had PTSD from round 1 had I played it.
I'll scoop
Yeah,
if
they
you
did
play
have
Ace
an-
Aurollas.
They did have an Ace of Rollers in their deck.
But yeah.
I'm
Wait.
just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Like,
They had the Clef Key though, so
yeah, the
Ooh,
clef key would not have been fun to play against. I mean, it's doable, but it's not fun. They also had the Dust Snores where the other one did not.
I
So
forget I
not-
can look at the values of these decks.
it's not ideal. But do you regret taking Raging Bolt?
No, I don't.
Good.
Good.
Because I made a very over the weekend. I did a lot of soul searching, and I'll have to. This is not the place for me to break said news, but there's some big decisions coming up for me. So based off of this tournament run. So definitely excited about I'm glad I played it. Definitely excited for NAIC as well based off of these decisions. So yeah, we'll talk. Well, I'll have to share that with everybody else at a later date. Not a place for the pod right now. But no, I don't regret it at one bit. The only thing I do regret is that now I do have to burn it. And I will cry tears of joy, but it's okay because guess what? I still have 6 more Raging Bolts in my binder.
How many Teal Mask?
I have 3.
Oh, okay, there you go.
I'm okay. I had look, I made sure I could build Raging Bolt like 3 times over. Because
Doesn't hurt me.
I still have one. Even though I had the full art fizz. I still have. I mean, they don't even show what arts I played.
Nah, they just have the base ready.
These people have the arts in a Poke Rank.
No. Well, I'm looking at
Poke Rank has it.
I'm looking at
Just
Limitless
Labs.
Labs.
Oh yeah, Poke Rank's got like this guy is having like 1 SIR and 1 normal Pidgeot, which I could never. I bought 2 SIRs like the day I started playing Pokemon.
Well, Brennan, can you bring us home and hopefully shed some light?
Yeah,
to
I'll
the
say,
VR
like
a higher end us on a high note about it.
maybe
Yeah,
amp
let's-
up the weekend.
Let's get a little jolting charge into the energy of this conversation. So I took Joltik. I took Dragapult, and Matthew called me, and I said, "So you're telling me I can play my baby Joltik?" Now I have played Joltik a bit. I did not practice Joltik for that. I have not played Joltik since I won my cup with it, pretty much. I played like 2 games with it, and then I was like, I'm just playing Dragapult to Orlando. So, and even when I played Joltik box to the 2 cups with Brian, and then the one that I managed to negotiate into winning, I like had not practiced it a lot either then. So it's like I love this deck, but it's not like super well known to me. But I took Joltik. And I nearly missed round 1 because like we were scrambling to park. It was stressful. And we get in the venue, it's like 8:14, and I have to poop. I always have to poop before round 1. I don't know what it is, but like I'm sitting there in the bathroom and I knew the pairings were gonna go up, and I see the pairings and I'm like, great, I'm gonna take an L and like fall behind in this race between Matthew and I immediately. But yeah, I matched Nazard, and I honestly I just obliterated him. He had some pretty bad draws, but he was playing just Zard Pidgeot. No Polt or anything. I mean, he had like he had Tatsugiri. That's like in max belt. That's like the one significant thing I could say, and that's not significant. Oh, but yeah, he played Zard. I like got Galvantula up like both games. It was so beautiful. I got Galvantula. I had Iron Leaves. I was like perfectly fine, and I got to amp the Pidgeot both games. It was incredible. His second game's Frostlass Monkey Dory, and I asked him like how his round 1 went, and he's like, "Oh, I won because of a no-show," and I was like, "Okay." Um, this dude had Tinglu, and Tinglu's a new card to me. Well, I made the game 1 like it's kind of going. He had an Elgim. I'm seeing now. I did not see this all game. It's pretty much going his way the whole game. It's like fine. It's actually pretty close. Like he was about to have a 4-prize turn, but I forgot I had attached a Bravery Charm to my Miraidon, just like trying to thin the hand of Mew. And he like Ting-Lu'd it, and like I like went to go put it in like the thing, and I was moving the damage counters off, and he's like, "It's alive. You've got Bravery Charm," and I was like, "You're so right." And then I'd like beat him the very next turn. I did make an oopsie though. Okay, Terra cannot have damage placed onto it on the bench.
Yes.
And I sure as shit was putting damage on my Pikachu EX on the bench, which was dumb. And it wouldn't have like changed anything. However,
yes, it would embrace the Pikachu ability.
Well, he had it's got the Frostlass on it already.
I guess. I
had put Battle Cage in here just in case. I was like, I've got like a slot I like would like this against Pult maybe. So I had Battle Cage, and that did stop some Frostlass damage. Game 2 is not so fortunate for him. So I 2-0'd. It's my second 2-0 in a row. And I told him at the end, I'm like, all right, well, you're cool, you're chill. I hope you hit all the Goldangos today. And then the very next round, he goes and he pairs up into Aaron. And I didn't like put this together until Aaron comes back and he's like, "You motherfucker." And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "I hope you hit all the Goldangos today." And I like put 2 and 2 together. And I was like, there's no freaking way. Like of the hundreds, however many people who are 1-1 here, you happen to hit that guy. So that was awesome. That was a highlight. So I'm 2-0. Round 3, I hit who I will call the chef, and he has this beautiful Budu mat, and he hands me a Budu instantly. He's got like the Budu shoulder puppet sitting cutie, and I'm like, all right, I'm about to get another Frostlass Monkey Door. I was really excited because it's literally like an 80% win rate against Frostlass Monkey. He plays down Bolt, and I'm like, okay, it's Bolt, which is good because there's a Squawk. And game 1's like fine. I'm like up. I'm going into the Pikas because like I mean I did a split Pika hands because he had to Squawk and I really wanted 3 from it, which is kind of dumb of me. But then he put down a Joltik. Well, he put down the Joltik and then put down a hands afterwards, and I was like, what's going on here? He has Bolt, Raging Bolt, Joltik, and honestly, I loved it. The list was kind of jank. He had no Crispin. 2 Stretcher, 2 Vessel, 4 Sadas. It was like honestly Bolt as it was supposed to be. But it was like a really fun match. I took both games in this set. But the second one, we had both like kind of started running out of steam, and I had like a couple jolting charges, and it came down to like I needed him to not hit boss, which is like a theme for today, because it's not like the only list like this that I played. But I ended up taking both of them. But he was a really cool guy. And then Little Dark Fury like walked behind us. We all took pictures and everything, and I took pictures of this guy. But he was cool. So we're 3-0. And I'm like, all right, how long can we ride this high? And I get matched into Christian Labella. Christian Labella, the regional winner, regional second placer, international top eighter 3 times. I mean, this guy's got like $35,000 in prize money, and he got 60th at the event. Full stop. He did. I also got I had really bad draws. Like I was basically, he had Darmanitan, which I was worried about, but I knew was probably going to happen. He had Darmanitan, so I was like, he got it set up, and there's just nothing I can do. He's getting 2 Joltics because it's like I'm trying to go into Galvantula and I just can't. But he gets it. Well, after this, I'm 3-1, and I am privileged. I say privileged because this was my literal favorite game of the day, favorite game of the weekend, to play Maridon EX in the year 2026. And what's cool about this dude too is he was talking about like the one time he's like done like well in a regional was he played Jesse Parker in Maridon, like when Jesse was first starting on Maridon and everything, and they were both on Maridon. And it was just a really cool guy. He was like an older, like late 40s guy, and he was like, "Oh, I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh for 20 years," which I thought translated to "I'm about to rape you." I can't say that. I'm about to cream you. Excuse me. I'm not media trained. I'm about to cream you. And he did take game 1. He took game 1, and I was like, I felt fear in my heart. I was like, I'm about to go 3-2. Game 2, I start 2 Pikas, 2 Crispin, and both Joltik prized. And I'm like, I'd lost the coin flip anyways on game 1, so like I lost. It was just bad all around. I start game 2 with no Joltics and just these Pikas. I'm like, great. We're going 3 again. Well, I knock out with Pika, get a Joltik, and then like jolting charge after, and somehow managed to take this game. So it's already like a cool series. We're back and forth. I know he's got bundles, so I'm like putting down both Pikas. So if he bundles, like I just feed him another Pika instead of feeding him Maridon or Latias or something that he can just kill with Maridon. Well, game 3, it's like close. It's back and forth. It's like cinema. It's literal cinema. I like told him, I was like, this is like a match that should have been streamed. I said this to Boltic as well. Well, it comes down to I have to kill. I use Pika and I kill his Fez, and I go down to 2 prizes or 1. I think 1 or 2 prizes, and he's at 2, and he's got like this big hand, and I'm like, I told him, I was like, just show me the boss. Like I just let me see it. And he's drawing and he's looking at his cards, and I'm like, okay. So no boss yet. He's already played Prime. He's played like 2 bosses. And then he like, I forget what he does, but like he basically just has to like hit with Blood Moon and then like can't attack again, or hit like he does not knock out. And I was like, oh, I got it. And I like killed it. And literally the next card he flips over, because you know you do like what am I getting next? Next card he flips over is the boss. Then he flips over the next one. It's the other boss. He literally had 3 cards left in his deck, and 2 of them were the boss. And I was like, this is why we kill Fez. So I was very satisfied with that. He was such a cool dude, though. After that, so we're 4-1. Only 3 games left. I played Archaladon in the year 2026. He played Legacy Energy. He did not draw anything the first game, and I walloped him. The second game, he starts Squawk, and he attaches the Legacy Energy so he doesn't get amped again. And like he uses like whatever and like Latias or whatever and retreats it to the bench. I don't know. Well, I'm like kind of like stumbling. I did not get a good start, so I bossed up his Squawk and made him retreat with the Legacy Energy.
Oh my god.
It was like the foulest thing I've ever done. He literally like did not get an Archaludon until like I beat him that game, but I couldn't even amp his squawk because I just could not get my energy. This is terrible. So I 2-0'd him. I 2-0'd everyone I played except for the Miraidon. Game 7, it's like I'm asking for an ID, but it's Sebastian Lishmet. Also international top tour, $50,000 prize money won, Giga gamer kind of guy. And he creams me. He was cool though. He was there's nothing I could do. I literally drew. That was the second most dead I've ever drawn. Which just kind of happens with Joltik sometimes. And then I play another Giga gamer from Japan, Yoshiyuki Arai. He's got like 4th in a Tokyo or Osaka Champions League with Reggie Dragon, all this stuff. And I was kind of embarrassed. I made like a mistake and forgot Petrun, like put the dark Pokemon up. So I was like, oh, you retreated with your Yveltal already. Kangaskhan's in the active. Like he's put it up and he doesn't speak English. So I'm like trying to call a judge over. And then like finally I like read Peturunt and I'm like, this is why we don't stop playing cards for 9 months.
Mhm.
And I'm like flustered already, annoyed by how he breathes because he's sitting there and he's like breathing through his teeth the whole time. He's going like I was already disappointed. I knew I was not going to make day 2. And like and to make it worse, like he's playing Absol Kang, doesn't play any Absols the whole time. He's got Cornerstone and just discards it, which like screws pretty much all of my deck except for hands. He's basically saying like I don't even need this to beat you. So yeah, the run was over. But I am honestly pretty happy with 5-3. I took my 9 prize packs with grace, gave 1 to a security guard. It was Phantasmal. And I didn't like make a clause about like if you get the Charizard, like we got to split this, buddy. And like he opened it and I saw like the silver textured border on like the last card and I was like there's no freaking way. And I literally like he pulled it and it was like red and black and I was like no way. It was full art mega Heracross, but it was the scariest thing in my life and I did not need it after like this. But yeah, I'm pretty happy. I gave Joltik my one good send off and honestly had just some great games. I was not super thrilled to play the Giga Gamers, but like what can you do?
I mean, for like no practice of the current format, that's
I was pretty happy.
crazy.
I was pretty happy. And cap it all off. Notice I said no Dragapult, no Gardevoir, no Grimmsnarl, no Goldango. The only matches I like had practiced, like the 2 or 3 matches I'd done was Dragapult and Goldango. I will say I was surprising people with some of the tech. I don't think people were really ready for the Light Ball on Pikachu.
Mhm.
I feel like Light Ball is the one reason that like I felt good bringing this into it, like an easily searchable way to kill Pult, Zard, all Guardy, all those with Pika. Before that, it's like you kind of just had to hope for Gravity Mountain. So I was pretty thrilled with Light Ball, and people definitely were not responding as well. I also didn't expect a Night Stretcher. It's like you expect Rod, but you don't expect Rod and Stretcher. So it's like the Fez is coming back after you kill it. The Bear is coming back immediately. Yeah, overall it's pretty good. I was pretty happy, and I bought illustration red Joltics and everything because I was like, I'm not going to burn these, and then I do not have to burn them.
Nice.
Yeah, do not have to burn them. Congrats on your fantastic run. I was really rooting for you. I knew you were really wanting to ID either round 7 or round 8 into, lock up the day 2. I told you round 7 whenever you hit Sebastian, I was like, there's no way.
Oh, I knew.
I was like, there's no way. Brother is one of those that could definitely win this tournament.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's not IDing you. And
yeah,
then,
I did not hit the like normal person like Lane did.
Yeah.
He
Lane
agreed
walked
to
up.
ID.
Yeah, Lane walked up
that's
to the
just a
table,
gamble.
and both of them were like, "Hey, you want ID?" And so they just ID'd into day 2.
Which is good because he's really bad in a Frost Last Monkey with Conkeldurr.
Yeah, I would have hated to see his run end like that. But
Yeah, but hey, speaking of run ending though, prediction real quick before we go on.
oh yes, let's recap this horribleness.
So Austin's prediction: someone who hasn't won a regional to win a regional. He was on the money.
There you go.
Matthew's prediction, focusing on content.
I made content.
He bought a Finizen water gun and didn't use it. We didn't burn any cards. He bought a
I'm
blowtorch.
burning the cards. That's gonna happen.
Video's coming
He
out.
said,
He's working on it. It's in post.
"Oh yeah." He said he wanted to see me burn my deck. Didn't happen.
Yeah, that's true.
He wanted Goldango to win the regional. Didn't happen. I mean, that's 0 for 3. It's kind of like his record, but that's the last. I can only flame because we had that challenge going. That's the only reason I would ever flame.
The only reason why he would ever flame, he says.
Crazy.
And because my predictions were like spot on. I said I wanted to go 50-50. Check. I wanted to see myself hit 5 wins if I was being bold. Check. Beat Goldango. Didn't play one. I said
Check.
2 people are gonna day 2. Alec and Lane. I said Matthew will have to burn his deck. Check. Didn't want Guardy to win. Check. And
That
then
was
I
close.
said,
That one got close.
I know, yeah. I said Matthew and I will hit a lot of Alakazams while playing Pult, but we didn't play Pult, so that doesn't count.
I didn't hit any Zams either way.
Yeah, and I said Matthew will come to me at the end of the event and say I was right about Maractus, but I mean, we didn't play Pult, and I took Stunfisk out of my deck, which I believe to be a good choice.
Okay, so Matthew was right about not playing Cactus.
No,
I'll give
you
it
weren't
to
right
Matthew.
about it.
You gotta give it to me. You gotta give it to me.
You gotta go look at the Champions League. Go look at the Japanese.
Brother, they
lists.
play
They're
a different
industrious.
format than us. You cannot go off of that.
Yeah, they're post-row, we're post-row. They're industrious, and they see the vision.
We're not post-row yet.
All right, well, we're also not burning our deck yet, so...
Oh, again, it's in post-production.
I'm cold. I got cold one of the nights, Matthew. I needed something to keep me warm. I think it was Saturday night. I was shivering, dude.
Should have just lit you on fire with it, you know.
Man, feel me like a nice like trash can fire by it.
Look, the Airbnb, I would have burned it had our Airbnb had a fire pit. Like usually whenever we get an Airbnb, it's a house. I didn't realize when I booked this one and did this whole challenge thing, it was more of like a townhouse, or like
an apartment almost.
Yeah, like almost like a condo apartment situation. And so they did not have a fire pit outside for us to burn it in. Otherwise, it would have happened there. But unfortunately, the burning had to wait until we got home.
I will say they also only supplied us 1 roll of toilet paper per bathroom. And let's just say I owed Mr. Poop some money and he came to collect. That's all I can say.
All right, moving on from that. While yes, I had a crazy run and seems like all of us had some type of something go haywire. We were not the only ones this weekend. Also, as a viewer from home, how crazy was this weekend for you to watch?
I was basically just like refreshing the Poke stats.
Gotcha.
Like every 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So like one round I knew Brennan won and I was like, Brennan, dude, that was crazy. And he was like, why did you tell everybody I won my round?
I was trying to act like I'd lost. I was trying to act like I lost, and then I saw you post.
Lane was in our like the travel Discord, and Lane's like, every round it's like, where are we meeting? I'm like, dude, you guys gotta give a central location to Lane because it seems like he doesn't know where to go after every fucking
To
round.
be fair, we picked one out the day before, like we always do. Like we always say, you know, we're gonna meet at like whatever. Like
who is we?
Sandy. Me and the kid did. We had picked it out and everything, and I'm gonna be honest, I forgot to tell everybody. And I never saw the kid, like, ever. And then it would always change. It was like, we're over here by Dragonite, or now we're over here by the vendors. It was like always like everybody was shifting. Like we could never just pick consistently where we were gonna go.
Yeah, I had to start staying by the upper tables. It was weird. Like I had to stay like close by so I could get there and sit down.
Yeah, I'm sure it was real rough.
Yeah, that's real rough.
No, it was weird. I was literally 1 seat away from like a feature match, which is just something they're trying, like recording it or whatever. I was
no,
so frightened.
three day twos from our local scene. Alec getting his first day two. Congrats, Alec. He was
Absolutely.
playing Tankus Lane on the
Conk
Conk
over.
Eldor. The Conk's loyal soldier. The only Conk in day two. There was only 2 Conks in the entire tournament.
The
Granted,
last conk
because
to ever day 2.
yeah, literally the last
That's
Conk
the
of
last
day two.
conk to day 2.
And
Lane
then
has the most beautiful Pokestats page, by the way. 3 Conk regionals in a row.
Jesus,
Gas
recent
at
decks,
everyone.
it's just Conk. There's nothing else. And then Malachi also getting another day 2. I think he was playing Zoroark. So really good from our local scene. Good job, locals.
Yes, getting super proud of everybody this weekend. Really just shows that our local scene is getting stronger with every tournament we go to. Continually pushing each other to get better, and that's exactly what we want to see. Because if we push everybody around us to get better, we also get better ourselves. So yeah, great job. Super proud of everybody, especially Alec. Dude has been putting in some work with that tank Kangaskhan. Me and the dude like had this whole movie moment where after he ID'd into day 2, we just like ran and hugged each other because he was so proud of himself.
And he got top 32, right?
Yeah, he got top 32. Like,
Yeah, top
dude
32,
took
really good.
day 2 and still continued to do great things. Ended
good.
up with 26th place in the juniors division. Seniors division. Close enough. Look.
No, that means he's about to be in Masters soon.
He's still got a whole nother year, so brother can enjoy it. Actually, what's really crazy is if he gets a good enough placement at NAIC, he would qualify for Worlds.
Nice.
So he would need probably about another top 32 at NAIC, which is very doable for him if he keeps putting in the work. So would love to see that happen for him to be able to go to San Francisco. But yes, there was some other craziness that happened in Orlando. Seems like my run was not the only cursed run. We can start off, I guess, by talking about our friends over at Pokemon Go. So for those of you who do not know, Pokemon Go is also in the competitive circuit. We don't have a team member that plays it, unfortunately. Somebody really needs to get on that and head up a Go thing. It's not going to be me.
No. All 2 people who watch it.
Yeah.
We got champions in like 3 hours. I think we're good.
It's literally 58 minutes we have
I'm about
champions.
to say 58 minutes.
Yeah, we're heading up VGC, not Go.
Not Go.
Get out of here.
Anyways.
6 Aegislash.
Anyways, the Pokemon Go champion, regional champion, I forgot his name. I saw it on Twitter. It's literally like people that don't even know Pokemon are talking about what happened.
Is his name like Firewall or Fire Spark?
Fire Blaster or something. I'm trying to
something.
I'm checking Twitter right now, see if it pops up. Firestar, that's it. See, like 3rd post down on Twitter. So Firestar won the regional championship, took off his headset in kind of like an excited way, like let's go. Gave a few fist bumps in the air, went and shook his opponent's hand, hugged his Jirachi plush, signed the match slip, and was your regional champion winner for Pokemon Go. After the stream had closed and everything, all the curtains were drawn, we get word that he is not your regional championship. Because of how he acted, he received a game loss, which then flipped the series to where his opponent actually won the regional instead. So they stripped him of his title, gave him the 2nd place, and yeah, it's not right. There was some judges that were on some power trips just for taking off the headset and fist bumping the air, basically. They said it was like unsportsmanlike conduct. And I don't know if this was confirmed or not, but I know on Twitter I was seeing something of the judges were saying that like it was the way he threw the headset onto the table was it could have hurt somebody was the excuse I heard. But I don't know. Again, that could have been Twitter or being Twitter, but
I don't believe that. I think it was to keep it consistent with the game loss they gave Makani Tran for the same thing about like throwing the headset down. It's like I don't even know if this is a judge decision. This has to be like a TO thing about like don't mistreat our equipment. And they're just trying to like really be like make these people examples, which is not fair to them, but like that's the only train of logic I could think of is like you're gonna break our super expensive headsets. These things cost like $100. How dare you?
All right, I'm ready to talk. So I didn't know this happened until y'all just brought this up.
okay.
I don't know how I missed this.
Oh,
But
yeah,
I
dude, this is everywhere.
I just watched the video.
You had to
Pokemon
rewatch
is-
it a couple times?
Pokemon does not want us to have fun. They don't want us to celebrate. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, he tosses his headset. Okay.
But
Like-
it's not even like
He's
threw
pretty
it-
calm about it.
It's not even like he threw it across the table, guys. Like I wish
No.
I could say he did. He literally just took it off and like threw it
He's
like
so
just
calm
right
about
in
it.
front of him. Like it
And the
was
ruling
Every
is
time-
unsportsmanlike.
He's probably not the person to bring up right now in the world, but every time Tiger Woods has like a crazy play, he fist bumps. You gonna strip him of his master's jacket? What are we doing here, guys? Like, let's get serious.
I mean, that's why I sent that Isaiah Bradner clip because he literally like jumps up and is like fist bumping and everything like immediately.
Well, that's
like
what-
he finished the line, which like Makani Trend like was not like done with the
That's
line,
weird. That's a weird.
which is
one.
why it's different. But
Yeah.
like,
yeah. So
I mean, if this is unsportsmanlike, then like Bradner should have one less international win.
yeah, that's what everybody's saying. Like even people are posting their own clips of them being on stream and winning in some type of fantastic way, throw in the headset. And it's like, okay, now all of a sudden we're stripping someone of a regional win because of this. Like it's
ridiculous.
It's absolutely ridiculous. It's like, I mean, TCG does not have hype moments. All right, we
No.
go to these regionals, and even if you're watching the stream, all you hear is the VG crowd. All right, we don't get these hype moments, but then whenever we get these hype moments, we get punished for it.
Yep.
We see Makani, the whole Makani thing's a little bit different, but even Go, I guarantee you, Go probably only has like 500 watchers. Like, let's be real. Nobody's tuning in
That's
fully
an overestimate.
to watch the Pokemon Go regional championships like people do with TCG. But now, how are you really going to build a competitive Go scene whenever people see that they can't even celebrate their wins because your judges are horrible and are being like this?
Yeah, but if this is Tord or Wolfie, no one bats an eye.
Wolfie literally goes on stage at EUIC and trash talks everybody at that tournament, and
World champ difference.
Yes,
World champ difference. Hey, he's not going to any more tournaments now. You know.
no,
I
brother,
think
he
so,
was
actually,
in Orlando, wasn't he?
Yeah. I think he's back. I think he's back. He's like so like.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
I talked to
okay.
Mason about that actually.
I know
That's good. I hope people are normal to him.
he was definitely in
Yes.
Houston, and I was pretty sure he was in Orlando as well. Yeah, but it's like he literally like wins EUIC, trash talks everybody by saying, "But it wasn't enough." And yet that man still gets to keep his tournament,
Champ difference.
like his whole. But it's just the double standard. Like I fully believe that it was a judge on a power trip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wild thing to.
I want
DQ
I want you to
somebody
know I just learned this about Makani as well. Noah Makani gave Noah their deck after losing in the finals, which
Yeah.
is honestly such a like cool thing. Like
I
that's
saw that
that's what
tweet.
it's all about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Like, I'm staring at it now. Like that's so cool.
So then going back, since we've talked about it a little bit, talking about the Makani drama. So Makani Tran and Cyrus Jones were playing each other in the winning in the very last round of Swiss, the winning into top cut. Winner got to go straight into top 8. Got to skip the ASIM round. Didn't have to worry about that stress. Loser ended up having to go into the ASIM round. They play all 3 games, and at the very end of game 3, Makani needs to retreat a Gardevoir to promote his attacker to take the final knockout. All he plays the lilies. All he needs to hit is Ultra Ball and energy. To Psychic Embrace the energy to retreat the Gardevoir to then promote his attacker and take the last knockout. I swear it was like the first 3 cards off of the Lily was the Ultra Ball and the energy and something else. Like he hit it just right off the rip. And he throws the cards down, and then as he throws the cards down, he rips off the headset and celebrates. Now, depending on who you want to believe, some people say that Cyrus called the judge over, and the judge then said, okay, that was unsportsmanlike conduct, excessive celebration, gave Makani a game loss, and then put the series back in Cyrus's favor for Cyrus to win and not Makani. Whether or not you believe if Cyrus actually called the head judge over, that's up to you. Cyrus claims she didn't. Makani claims she did. It's a he said, she said. So I would like to believe, especially after the Go thing, I would like to believe that Cyrus probably did not call a judge over. And it could be that Gaming Gen or whoever is just trying to protect their beloved headsets. We've seen going back even to earlier this season with the flying monkey. With shoot, who was blanking on the name?
Oh, you're talking about a Bond and
yeah, a Bond and Cal.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
whenever a Bond threw the headset and the monkey went flying, I guess Pokemon is just tired of TCG players throwing the headsets around, or really just players in general throwing headsets down. So they were calling unsportsmanlike conduct every time they could with it. But yeah, and then what was really funny was all that drama happens. They go to Twitter about it and start making some snarky remarks about it. Makani calling Cyrus a shark and a rule shark and everything. And then the funniest thing happens. They end up back on stream together in round 4, or not round 4, top 4. And they don't look at one another. The tension on that stage was
I don't know who thought that was a good idea.
Whoever did had a sense of humor, and I appreciate them.
Well, it's a good matchup. Guardy versus Grim.
Yes, Guardy versus Grim is
a great matchup. Yeah,
it's fantastic to watch. But it was just the funniest thing. If you're really involved with like the Twitter drama and how it all played out, and then there even was a. I believe there was a DPL even in that match as well. Cyrus, I forgot what she did, but she did something.
She was warned excessively throughout the tournament for the way she is shuffling.
That's right.
Right. That was it. That was it. Yeah.
Which if we want to talk about that, the way Cyrus was shuffling and how she got warned excessively was that she riffle shuffled, which is fine. You can riffle shuffle, but don't riffle shuffle with your cards facing you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Gabriel Fernandez got banned for doing that.
It's really funny you bring this up because that's kind of what my last round person was doing, but with my deck. He wasn't riffle shuffling, but like he would pick it up, and like the way he was shuffling, it was like basically like he could look at the bottom card if he wanted. Right. And it's like I was already flustered enough, and I was like, I'm not gonna rule shark this, but like if I had more of a dog in this fight and I wasn't starting like hands and literally nothing else, like I would have called the judge over because I was like, you've basically been cheating this whole round. Like, or you have the potential to have been cheating this whole round and like look at the bottom of my deck. Yeah. And also like I shuffled it adequately. You shouldn't be shuffling it. Like it's your right, but like it's like strange, they can, especially also, when you act like that.
If your opponent shuffles, just know if they shuffle your deck,
I'm allowed to cut. I know. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like they're just getting information. They're like, look at this bottom card.
Literally, yes. It's like my tech cards. Not relevant.
Not teching anymore.
Not real tech cards. But I was already on edge from like.
But Makani beats her though. Gets the sweet revenge. Well, however you want to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Makani wins, goes to finals.
The matchup was
Gardevoir
not signed
versus
properly.
Zoroark. And Makani's trying to get his first regional dub. He's got so many high finishes. He falls short, loses. Okay, going back to the celebration thing real quick. You think they're mad at Makani because when Truin won,
He jumped up on
Seattle,
strain.
he ran on the
Yeah,
stage.
yeah. It could.
Yeah, I don't. I'm just fucking around. But
I mean, you could build that conspiracy theory too.
Yeah.
For sure, for sure. I think it's just when you start talking about, okay, like, you know, Cyrus got warned for the way she shuffled, but then we've seen players, you know, get DQ'd and banned for the way for that exact same shuffle, and now we're seeing players get punished for celebrating. There's just got to be some type of clear line, and like us as players, we don't know when we're crossing that line. Like,
Yeah.
is throwing the headset, like, I think if they were to come out and say that throwing the headset is excessive celebration and you cannot do that, I think every single one of us would be like, okay, we understand.
Yeah.
That's fine. Like, nobody would be mad of, oh my gosh, they said I can't throw the headset. This is ridiculous. No, everybody would be like, okay, that's respectable. You know, you take the headset off and then you know, set it down, then you celebrate. Sure, everybody would be okay with that. But like, again, we've seen too many clips where people celebrate by yanking off the headset because they're just so full of emotions that they've won, you know, and now we're getting punished for it when we weren't previously. And then we also see players not getting punished for something that we were getting punished by. So I think just some type of clarification in the rules would be super, super helpful. And I think would ease a lot of the frustration that the community's kind of feeling right now, especially from this regional. I saw even a really questionable judge call, and I kind of want to get you guys' opinions on this. I know two of you are professors yourselves, and so, or is it just one of you? Brennan, are you a professor? You're a professor. Yeah, that's right.
Yes, I'm a professor.
Okay.
Staff pre-releases. And everything.
That's brother. I don't remember. Anyways,
You put me in as having a.
do I remember? No, I've slept since then. Anyway, so all right, this is a true thing that I saw happen in Orlando. It had this happen with the juniors match. I'm watching the featured stream, and it's game 3 of Golden Go versus Gardevoir. They're in turns. All right, and it is the not the very last turn, but the Golden Go player would have gotten one more turn. Yeah, it's turn 2.
Yeah.
So it's the Gardevoir player's last turn. They flipped the script and they hit the winning combo, or they needed to draw more cards to see if they could hit the winning combo for them, because they definitely had a win condition. However, before they played the card down, they immediately started drawing cards. So before, like, it was either Lilies or Iono, I forgot what it was, but before they slammed down the Lilies or the Ionos to play the card to show that they had the right to actually be drawing cards, they started just drawing. So they gained knowledge before playing the card. That is a standard case for a DPL, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. The first judge rules it as a DPL. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. The Golden Go player would have won because they had exactly 2 prize cards remaining, would have given the set. And this was for top cut as well. The winner of this was making top cut. They could not lose. They could not tie. If they tied, they were both out. So, first judge rules it DPL. You know, we're thinking, oh, okay, that's fine. Second judge comes around and actually, because the kid appealed it and was like, because I had the kid was, and was within his right. He's like, look, I had the card to do it. I just, you know, didn't throw it down. Like, I'm going to appeal this, see if I can maybe get a little bit of leeway being a kid and whatnot, you know. Head judge comes around and says, it's a tie.
Ooh.
Because it was in turns. The ruling was literally because it was in turns, they ruled it a tie.
I don't know about
Yeah.
turns, so I'd have to look at that
Uh,
specifically. But that's nuts.
that's strange, and I don't even know if I would agree with the DPL. Like I think by the books it makes sense, but also like the philosophy is to like restore the board state as much as possible. And like at that point, there's literally no more game for them to continue. So like sure you can argue increased knowledge, but like one, if the cards are going back in the deck, like they've already searched. Like in theory, the deck is known to them completely. So like I feel like there's some like train of logic they could have taken there, but I would have agreed with the DPL. I would have agreed with a warning, even. I would have been questionable about that. But like
Yeah. I
that's
definitely
if you really get philosophical about it, not like by the book.
I think the DPL is fine. They did get they
Yeah.
definitely gained knowledge when they shouldn't have, you know.
Yeah.
Which is fine by me. I don't agree with because you're in turns, it's a tie.
Yeah,
That
I'm-
makes absolutely
Yeah,
no sense.
that shouldn't matter.
Like
You know, head
card,
judges seem to.
huh?
Carwa?
Like cards are still on the table. The game is still actively being played. It does not matter what phase I'm in. I could be setting up for the first time, or I could be about to be taking my winning move. Like
Yeah.
it does not matter if it's turns or within time. We're still actively playing the game, and in this match.
You know, head judges really seem to have had issues with ties this weekend, Jawan.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that.
I did not. It's been on my mind.
So on that same grass box player that I played, since we spent like 40 minutes on one round, we were obviously going to tie on game 2,
What?
but I already won game 1 at that point. So when the judge came around and was watching us whenever we went to time, to keep track of turns, the judge goes, "All right, time's up. I guess both y'all tie overall." And I'm like, "What do you mean both of us tie overall? I won game 1 and we didn't finish game 2, so I should get the whole set." And he's like, "No, y'all both fully tie." And I'm like, "No, that's bullshit. Go get the head judge."
What?
So he gets the head judge, tells him about it, and he comes around, and I think they spent like maybe 4 seconds looking or listening, and the head judge basically immediately took his side. What's the point of it? He just immediately said, "Yeah, it's full on time." Like, and that's when for like the second time I fully explained, like, "No, I won game 1, so this is game 2, and game 2 is not concluded. So since I won game 1 and game 2 is not finished, I should get the full win."
Yeah.
And after he listened to me, he's like, "Oh yeah, okay, yeah, you do get the full win." And then the main judge walks back casually, like, "Yeah, see, that's why we asked the head judge." And I'm just like,
Look,
in
Jawan,
disbelief for
I
the
want you
entire
to know
thing.
how proud I am of you for calling a head judge on that crap.
Yeah,
and
no, that is.
if they'd said anything, you just elevated again, as is
I
your
was gonna
right.
elevate it if the
To
next person
be
said no,
to
because
be
that is completely wrong.
To be fair, you can't really elevate it past the head judge.
Yeah, I mean, you asked for
That's so dumb.
second.
I
You just
mean,
appeal. You just be annoying because, like, I told Joanna, I was like, I fear that like even someone who doesn't play this game should understand. Like, you win game 1 point. You guys tie game 2, half a point each or 0 points. 1.5's greater than half.
yeah.
But the judges, everyone always says they're bad at regionals, and like usually the judges I interact with are pretty good. But I made a judge ruling this weekend. There was at the table like to the right of me or whatever, there was a DPL for something, uh, and it was a crustal player, so he's got reversal energy on, like a crustal player does. Um, and he asks the judge, he's like, okay, well, like since like the other person has a DPL, like, does my reversal still work? And the judge is sitting there and he's like, and I was like, I fear this is something we shouldn't really be like, we should not be working a regional if we don't know how DPLs work after we apply them. It's like, it's not
Yeah.
that it's not that you Iono to 4 instead of 6. It's literally just that you need 2 less to win. Like all cards are still exactly the same. It's just you need 2 less to win. But like I think I literally told the person who got the penalty, like, I don't understand how a judge doesn't know that.
Yeah.
It's a normal judge. Like, I'm not gonna say like you have to be perfect, but like something like that is simple. This is not like I have to go into the rule book and look it up. This is just like you should understand the penalties you're applying.
Yeah, you never really know what you're getting with floor judges.
Yeah.
You could get like somebody who just likes to hang out with their locals and they don't really judge, but they love to apply and everything. Or you could have people who are really, really invested and know the game very well, who've been doing it for years. So it's just hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never get those.
I feel the intelligence, like game intelligence of the judges is not where it should be. They need to be like tested before they work events or something.
Oh,
With
100%.
situations like this.
100%. Well, guess
They're
what?
never gonna let me be a judge at this rate.
Guess what? We're studied up on the rules because we know all about the new ones that just came out. So, for those of
You
you,
got to make this section quick so I can download Pokemon Champions.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, hey, we got 30 minutes. We got 35 minutes. We're fine.
I gotta put Omi to bed.
Well, you're fine. Anyways, for those of you who do not know, Pokemon just came out with some new rules. They updated all their different handbooks for Pokemon Go, the penalties, standard of conduct, the TCG, and just tournament rules. Not seeing anything for VG that got updated just yet. I'm sure.
Touch
This came out like today, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This came out like today, didn't it?
Yeah, this literally came out today. I have a feeling there'll be another updated thing for VG whenever Champions gets more implemented for their stuff. But I don't want to talk about everything that got put out just because some of it doesn't matter. Like we don't fully care about Pokemon Go.
Tell us how our locals is about to be changed forever.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
there's a lot that could be changed with our locals in two different ways. For starters, you boys and you girls that love your double deck boxes, you cannot, it is in best practice now officially to not have 2 decks in a tournament box. So if you,
Which is so interesting because so many official products are the double deck boxes. Like,
yes, I don't know if it's been a thing where they've caught too many people switching out cards like in between rounds, trying to cheat that way with the double deck boxes, or what. But they've officially come out and said that, hey, you cannot basically have 2 decks on you whenever you're playing a regional or any tournament with the double deck boxes for that chance of you're switching out cards in between rounds. So definitely keep your eyes on that. Stick to a single
free game wins.
Yeah.
So what's that say about me when I bring a whole briefcase full of cards to take out my deck?
The boxes are separate though.
The boxes
The
are
briefcase and the box are two different things.
Yeah, I think that's fine because that's kind of like my backpack, like people's backpacks.
Yeah.
Like, you carry around multiple decks, but it's a little bit more. I mean, I know like some people, love their certain color of sleeves, so they sleeve every deck in that certain of color. Well, then whenever it comes for them to get deck checked, and there's 2 decks of the same color sleeves, what do you think the judges are gonna think?
Yeah.
And so Pokemon has officially put out some rules and penalties about that. So if you are a double deck box lover, I would definitely go check that out for sure. Or just maybe not become a double deck box lover unless you're just using it for storage. But if you plan on going to a tournament, just use the single deck box. And it's better for the tables anyways. Like it's not as big, not as bulky. So that,
my deck box does not get in the way of anything.
Yeah, we have perfectly fine
I've had a
deck
double
boxes.
deck box for 4 years. No issues.
Mm-mm.
Well, tell us about this important rule change to
That was actually important.
why you don't want to ID now.
So
apparently,
yes. So they also did come out with this rule, and this one I'm going to read straight from the handbook itself.
You got to go band for band here.
Yes, because there's a lot to unpack here. It says, In single elimination top cut matches, the higher seeded player in the single elimination bracket has the choice of going first or second in game 1 of their match. This decision is made at the same point during setup that the coin flip would take place. Meaning, if you are the number 1 seed, every match in your top cut journey, whether it be top 16 or just top 4, you are picking whether or not you want to go first or second. There is no coin flip. And what this does is that this eliminates people scooping to other players to allow them into top cut, or say a cup you're at a cup and it has 5 rounds. Well, if you're 3-0, everybody knows a 3-0 is safe to double ID into top cut. Now, if you double ID into top cut, usually you're like one of the lowest seeds. You're usually about, third or fourth, number 3 or 4. Well, now if you do that, you don't get to pick whether or not you want to go first. So like Brennan, for example, Brennan's playing Joltik box. Brennan wants to go second every single time so he can get his jolting charge on. So Brennan is now forced to play out just about every game or every round so that he can keep his top seed, so that he can make sure whenever he's in the final or in the top cut, when it really matters most, everything is more favorable for him.
Can I say what's unfair about this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is this the end of the rules?
Yes.
Well, other than going against the spirit of the game, where you have the whole point is you build your deck to be consistent, you make sacrifices, and the coin flip is kind of just a part of that. It's like if I go first as Joltik box, I have a game plan on what my consistency is going to be, and this is just a core part of the game. So it's strange that it would be divided by phase. I think it's weird because it also means that at a certain level, it's not even your skill. It is. I mean, if I am 5-0 going into a cup, your cup can be sufficiently large that there are multiple 5-0s going into top cut. And at that point, it is not even your skill that is decided whether or not you get to pick first or second. It is your opponent's win rate or some other form of Tom magic. And I feel like people are going to be falling victim to this, especially if they keep playing everything out and we have several maybe perfect or very exactly the same records. It's there's nothing you can control there, which is the point of the coin flip. It is an equalizer. And now that has been taken out of your hands you're getting disadvantaged for nothing that you've played perfectly. And this is supposed to reward you for playing perfectly, which is fine. But now it is actively working against you just because you happen to match the guy who goes 0-3 drop and the person who's 0-2, 1-2 with a bye round or something like that. And your opponent hits a 3-2 who was trying to bubble in. I don't know. That's unfair to me and is just very against the spirit of the game, it seems. I fear.
That's one way you could look at it. Austin, what's your take before I give another one of mine?
I like it.
Okay.
So I like that. I like half of it. So I like that first seed gets rewarded. That's cool. Or higher seeds get rewarded. Everything outside of that top 16 or top 8 match does not make sense to me. Because if you're the number 2 seed or whatever, and your first game you played against the number 8 seed, well, the number 8 seed beats you. Well, you're just the number 8 seed every time.
Yeah.
So you're always going second. You're always losing the coin flip. That's terrible.
I do agree that it should be for the first round and the first round only.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's too influential.
But
after that.
Yeah.
But I will say at the same time, we see this in sports like baseball and football. If you are the higher seed, guess what? You're always the home team. If you're the lower seed, you always travel. No matter if you did beat higher seeds, you're still on the road. So at least it is still a little bit more in line, I guess, with sports. Now, I'm not saying it's right, but I do think that like I definitely think it
See-
should be a thing for just the first round of the top cut.
Baseball, yes. Football, they still have a coin flip, and you still technically have home field advantages when whatever, but like football is still random in that regard, at
Well,
least.
right, but I mean, even still, like if I'm a number 8 seed, I'm traveling to the number 1 seed. I know that automatically. And then let's say I beat the number 1 seed. Well, guess what? I'm back on the road to face the number 5 seed, just because I will be the lowest seed every single time.
I would think of it like chess, like because there is inherent advantages to going first and second. And like at the point that you're in top cut, the decks are known. You know what they're playing, and you can severely disadvantage someone by making them go like they're. I mean, you severely disadvantage a Joltik box, gets fourth place instead of maybe makes it into the top 2 because you picked to go second and they whiffed their Joltiks and their combo on turn 1, and you donk them like what almost happened to me against Sebastian. Like nothing I can do about that because it's just I lost the coin flip.
Should have played better.
I should have drawn better.
I mean,
Don't start one
I
Joltik versus Zorark.
I can see that argument of you should just play better. Jawan, let me get your thoughts on this before I share my counter thoughts too as well.
So I'm also 50-50 like Austin. Like I'm glad that higher seed now means something. So there's less of a reason to ID. There's a reason to want to be the higher place in, I guess, C, because beforehand, just having the ID to top cut kind of messes with it a bit. But I also agree that it is a little bit against the spirit of the game with the randomness of it, because even in the meta we just left in the format with Guardian, Zard, Goldango, whatever, there are matchups where it's just essentially whoever goes first win. Like Saralesh, Goldango, whoever goes first essentially gonna be the winner. Zard, all these matchups where it just depends on who goes first. And I think that ruling on the top cut part of it could be a little messy in the long run if you continue to have games or decks where the matchup is just who goes first.
Or even who can get an itchy pollen off first. Like
Yeah.
guarantee an itchy pollen just by nothing but your seed is crazy.
Yeah. Which is true. And I mean, I think I don't know. I think we'll have to see how it really plays out. How much of an advantage is it? You know, like how much does it really favor? I think too that's going to influence some people's deck choices. Like, what do they play to these smaller local stuff? Because they're, like Brennan, I'm sure, like I said, you wouldn't want to risk not placing high enough with Joltik box to where you get screwed over in top cut. So now you're playing something that doesn't mind, that has a game plan either way, going first or going second.
Exactly.
So I definitely think it's going to be something that influences some people's deck choice at the lower levels. Maybe not so much at the regional levels, because at that point I don't think it fully matters. But definitely at the local level it does. It's gonna have its biggest influence. I still think, and this is my sense on it, I think this is fine because, and I kind of shared this in the Discord earlier. I think you still or would rather have someone in the top cut that you can beat because of the matchup. You would rather have them in the top cut, and you wouldn't mind scooping to them so that they end up in top cut. So that way, whenever you hit them, you know that you can beat them for the higher pricing. Where, you build your deck to where the coin flip doesn't, like your position with the coin flip doesn't matter. You just want the favorable you want as many favorable matchups in that top cut with you. And so I don't know if this fully fixes really anything. I mean, I think it just gives advantages to those that care about it, like the decks that do care about it. But if you are playing something like Terrabox or Miraidon, where you can go really either way with the or like even Raging Bolt, where like you can go either way with the coin flip, and still like keep aggression up on board, I think you'll be fine at your local levels with this rule set. And your mindset should just be, I want as many favorable matchups in Top Cut with me.
And on that note,
Matthew is correct. But I think that just about does it for this episode of the pod. I think this is one of the longest episodes we have ever had.
it's so funny. I told Emmy we would be in and out tonight.
No, I knew it would.
I should know it's never in and out here.
No, we're sitting pretty decently with the time. But remember that if you do like what you see, make sure you give us a follow over on the YouTube, a follow over on the Twitter at misplay_mafia. You can follow Austin at DigiDonutsPoke over on X. You can follow myself at Daunted Break on X. You can follow Brennan's RuneScape YouTube channel. He's trying to get to
Yes, sir.
250 more subscribers?
200 now.
200
more
now?
subscribers so I can make that money.
That's at Hand Pancake over on YouTube. And
Pancake Man.
Hand Pancake Man, my bad. Okay.
Yeah.
And
some German took hand pancake.
Jawan, what's your Twitter? Go ahead, plug that in right here.
All right, my Twitter is NPM Drebin. It's currently a blank page, but I promise we're gonna start uploading some stuff. It's no longer gonna be a barren wasteland. We're gonna actually have some good posts, good content on there at some point.
There we go.
My MPM Twitter is also blank. I fear I don't like to get on Twitter ever.
That's fair.
Yeah, I like scrolling through Twitter more than interacting with it.
I don't like to remember that Twitter exists most of the time.
That's fair. But stay tuned for the burning of the Raging Bolt video coming out soon. Gotta get edited together. And we will see y'all in next week. Hopefully we'll be back to our regularly scheduled program on Tuesdays. I know we're a little late this week, but it'll be okay. But we will see y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.